The rain poured down in sheets that evening, drenching the streets and masking the sounds of the city. A man in an expensive suit stumbled into a narrow alley, clutching his ribs, his face swollen with bruises. His cufflinks were gone, his watch ripped from his wrist. He had been mugged only moments ago. He pressed his back against the brick wall, sliding down, his breath ragged. "Please, don't hit me, I'm already hurt," he whispered when a shadow fell across him. It wasn't another thug. It was a man in his 30s, carrying a small paper bag of groceries. His clothes were worn, his shoes barely holding together, and he looked like someone who'd long ago learned how to survive with less. The man froze at the sight of the bloodied figure on the ground. The CEO's heart raced. He recognized the look of pity in the stranger's eyes, but he'd seen it turn into cruelty before. "Please," he begged again. The single dad crouched slowly, setting down his groceries, making sure not to startle him. "I'm not here to hurt you. Easy, okay? Let me help." The CEO blinked in disbelief. Why would you help me?" The man sighed, pulling off his jacket and draping it over the CEO's shoulders. "Because no one helped me when I needed it. And I swore I'd never let anyone else go through that alone." With effort, he helped the injured man to his feet. They walked together in silence through the rain, the CEO leaning heavily on his shoulder. Every step was a struggle, yet the stranger didn't complain once. Finally, they reached a modest apartment building. The dad guided him inside, ignoring the curious stares from neighbors. Inside his small apartment, a little girl ran to the door. "Daddy," she cried, then stopped when she saw the bleeding man. "It's okay, sweetheart," her father reassured her softly. "He's just hurt, we're going to help him." The girl nodded, wide-eyed but brave. She hurried to fetch a towel and water, just as she'd seen her father do countless times when patching up scraped knees or cut fingers. The CEO sat in silence on the worn couch, watching this family with a strange ache in his chest. The warmth, the care. It felt alien to him. "Why are you doing this?" he asked again, voice cracking. The single dad hesitated before answering. "Because once, you made a decision that changed my life." The CEO frowned, confused. "You don't remember me, do you?" The dad continued quietly. 4 years ago, I worked at your company. I was just a janitor. My wife had just passed away, and I was begging for more shifts to cover my daughter's medical bills. Everyone ignored me. Everyone, except you. You didn't even know my name, but you walked by, stopped, and approved it. You gave me the chance to keep my daughter alive. That night, I swore if I ever saw you again, I'd return the kindness." The CEO's throat tightened. Memories flickered, signing a paper, approving an overtime request without even thinking twice. He had never imagined that small gesture could ripple back into his life like this. Tears welled in his eyes. I didn't know." The dad smiled faintly, pressing the towel gently against his bruised face. "Maybe you didn't. But sometimes, the smallest act means everything." The CEO looked at the little girl, who was now offering him a glass of water with her tiny hands. His chest ached, not from the bruises, but from something deeper. For the first time in years, he felt seen. Not as a CEO, not as a man with wealth or power, but as a human being in need. And in that tiny apartment, dripping wet and broken, he realized something he'd never understood in all his years of climbing the corporate ladder. Sometimes, it isn't money or power that saves us, it's people.